So ano nga ba yung mga benepisyo, obligations, policies, rules kapag naging permanent resident ka na dito sa Czech Republic? So pag-uusapan natin yan ngayon. Hi, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening sa inyo, and welcome sa isa na namang episode ng Diary of an OFW, kung saan ito ang kwento nyo. As promised, today pag-uusapan natin kung ano nga ba mga benepisyo kapag naging PR ka na dito sa Czech Republic. So, dito, ang goal ko is not just to discuss about the benefits, but also to discuss as well the obligations, the policies, and rules whatsoever na meron sila dito as a PR. So, the first benefits is, of course, longer validity of your card. So, instead of you having a year or 2 years validity ng employee card mo, magiging 10 years valid na siya. So, makakasave ka rin ng halos 10,000 crowns, you know. And same it goes with your health card and your other social securities and whatsoever. Kasi though it's free, magpapalitan din yung health card mo. So, hindi na siya maging green. I think it's gonna be blue or purple, something like that. So, kasi kaparehas na siya ng health insurance or health card ng mga locals. So, ayun, that's first benefit. The second benefit is it's easy for you to get approved for mortgages and loans. So kung may balak kang kumuha ng bahay or real estate dito, madali ka na ma-approve because of your longer validity ng card mo. So like I said, renewal na lang naman yung gagawin mo dyan. So you don't need to, provide a lot of documents. But of course, it always depends on your income, your capabilities, your credit line, depends on the banks or the lender. Hindi naman kasi ibig sabihin na PR ka na, ma-approve ka na automatically. Meron yan silang mga basis, may mga chine-check yan sila kung okay kang payer. So, that's all. The third benefit is you have a free access to the labor market. This is, I think, the most wonderful benefit of being a PR because you can choose different types of work. You can work all at once, you can work full-time, you can work part-time, you can not work at all. Pwede mo sa bahay ka na lang kung gusto mo. And you can change work at any time. Kapag hindi mo nagustuhan sa trabahong pinasukan mo, you can find another job and, without doing the change of employer, maghihintay ka pa ng 2 buwan, diba? And you can have a much broader job opportunities kapag naging PR ka na. Because some employer nga cannot work on the document processing. So, isa yan sa mga critical point ng employer kapag nag-hire sila ng foreigner, ng employee card holder. And the fourth benefit is you can study. Since your purpose of stay here doesn't need any purpose at all because you're permanent resident na, you can study without applying a student visa. Kasi PR ka na eh. You can take advantage their education program. Meron silang mga ganyan. May mga short-term courses. You can enroll to an international school dito na may English-speaking instructor or teachers. Marami kasi ditong schools na nag-a-accept ng mga foreigners or yung mga nag-MBA dito nila ginagawa. You can also enroll to that school. But of course, you just need to have more funds for that. Kasi as far as I know, wala ditong student loan, wala ditong free education or free college degree. Wala silang ganito dito. So you really need to, pay for your education. So you really need to make sure that you have enough fund for your education dito kung sakaling mag-aaral ka. Fifth benefit is you can vote. So kung mahilig ka sa politika and you're active and listening to what's going on to the government, you can participate on their voting month or year na ginagawa nila every 2 years din ata. Kung may paborito kang candidate, you can choose them and make him win or her win. So that's all. The sixth benefit is less papers or documents if any case you're processing something. Like for example, you wanted to get a trade license or you wanted to start a business, like a partnership business. You don't need to provide any criminal record from your original country. Wala nang ganun because pagka PR ka na dito, they just need your card. Good thing is, naalala ko, pwede ko palang i-share kung paano ka makakakuha ng trade license dito because I have also experienced that. So, yeah, we're gonna discuss about the trade license application in the future as well. So yun, as a PR kasi, hindi ibig sabihin na PR ka na, pwede ka na mag-put up ng mga businesses dyan na gusto mo. No, they have a process. Just like closer to the Philippines, you cannot start a business without a license. So, kung gusto mong mag-open ng business, either physical or online, you really need to get a trade license. The good thing lang is, fewer documents na ipoprovide mo. Like I said, card na lang ibibigay mo sa kanila because you don't need to provide a lot of things. For the partnership like the SRO company, limited liability company, you don't need to, it's almost the same as a trade license. So, ganun lang naman. Fewer documents na siya. Hindi mo na kailangan mag-spend ng time, ng money para kumuha pa ng criminal record sa Pilipinas. And now, since we've discussed the benefits, we're gonna move on to the topic about the obligations of staying here. Kasi hindi porkat PR ka na, hindi mo na naaalamin kung ano yung obligations mo. I've done some thorough research about this kasi, of course, I needed to be careful on doing some steps kapag ka PR ka. This is for you to take care of your residency dito. Kasi there are some chance na pwede ka pa rin mapabalik sa Pilipinas. So we don't want that. That's why I'm doing some research about this obligations part. So let's discuss it based on my own research, no? First obligation is, if you're gonna have to change your address, you need to update the Ministry of Interior for that. The reason why is because kung ano yung final mong address sa kanila, yun yung lalabas sa card mo. Remember, may address tayo sa resident card. So, yun yung lalabas. Now, kapag ka na-check nila na wala ka na dito, then that's gonna be a problem. Paano ka nila hahanapin? I've asked the ministry officer about that nung nag-biometric ako, and he said na, yeah, I needed to update my address if any case, nagpalit ako ng address. But it's gonna be like 180 days. Kung halimbawa, lilipat ka ng bahay and you're gonna stay there for more than 180 days, then you should update the Ministry of Interior for that. Because remember, we provided a proof of accommodation nung nag-apply tayo. So it's gonna be the same thing. The good thing lang is you don't need to go to the Ministry of Interior. You can just use the data box, It's convenient and it's not that complicated na. Second obligation is you need to pay health insurance and social security, regardless if you will work or not, if you have an income or without. So, di ba kapag ka-employee card holder tayo, most of the time, dinededuct nila yung social security, your health insurance, your tax, di ba? The same it goes kapag PR ka na. Kapag employed ka, idededuct pa rin naman nila yan sa salary mo. But if you're self-employed, then you have to make sure that you're paying it. Otherwise, hahabulin ka nila, kumbaga. Dito kasi, they have a centralized system. So, kung halimbawa, na-detect nila na hindi ka nakapagbayad ng health insurance mo, for a year, hahanapin ka nila, and then meron na yung magiging interest. So, hihingan ka nila ng payment for the entire year with interest na. So, ganun yung mangyayari. So, yes, there's no escape for the government insurances. Kailangan mong bayaran yan kapag ka naging PR ka na. And I would really say na sulit naman because if you will get hospitalized dito, wala ka namang babayaran eh. It's free na kasi it's covered. And by the way, you're gonna have a much broader health insurance benefit kapag ka naging PR ka na. So may mga access ka na sa ibang how can I say that? Much thorough checks, so laboratories or exams, and marami ng benefit kapag ka naging PR ka. As for your health insurance. Number 3 obligation. As a permanent resident in Czech Republic, you are allowed to stay in different countries, like Schengen area or outside Schengen area. But you really need to make sure that you are following their rules pagdating sa staying outside Czech Republic. Because hindi ibig sabihin na kapag PR ka na, madali na sa yung magtrabaho, magpupunta. Well, that's it. Accessible ka sa ibang country within Schengen area. But when it comes to work legally, I think that's gonna be a different topic because iba't ibang bansa dito sa Shenzhen, they have a very different rules din pagdating sa hiring foreigners. So if you have a plan to work outside Czech Republic, you can work and stay there for maximum of 6 years. But again, when it comes to work, you need to find a company na mag-i-sponsor sa'yo ng visa. May kailangan mo pa rin ng working visa para dyan. Now, when it comes to staying and working outside Shenzhen area, you can do that as well, but it's gonna be like within 1 year lang na pwede ka magstay doon. Otherwise, may chance na ma-void yung permanent residency mo dito. So yun lang naman, you need to make sure that if you will stay in another country outside Czech Republic, within Shenzhen area, 6 years. If it's outside Shenzhen, 1 year, kailangan mo stay doon. And you really need to go back here. And if any case, kailangan mong umalis, you need to make sure na naka-post ang health insurance mo. Otherwise, you will be asked to pay for the entire year. Like what I've said earlier, obliged kang magbayad dito ng mga insurances. So to wrap it up, becoming a permanent resident dito sa Czech Republic is very, very good, I would say, based on my experience because their government has a system, systematized dito. So hindi ka malilito, though there are some process na kailangan nating sundin, but it is for their system to work accordingly and properly. And like I said, centralized na siya. So, hindi mo kailangan na mag-provide ng maraming documents kasi sa card pa lang makikita na nila. But of course, we need to make sure na, hindi naman kasi ibig sabihin na pagka-PR ka lipat ka na kagad. It's just the way of you to work or to go in different country. I think we cannot think like that. Because again, we have obligations here. Kasi permanent resident ka. Yun yung usapan dito. We cannot stop doing that kasi we have different scenarios in life, right? But in my opinion, I really think that we need to, make sure that we are compliant with their policy. Para naman hindi masayang yung pinaghirapan natin dito. And after this becoming a PR, you have a chance to become a citizen. So why not do that before you will jump into place na medyo critical point ka pa. So kapag citizen ka na, go on, do whatever you want because you are a citizen na ng Czech Republic. But I'm not saying na lumipat ka. Anyway, becoming a PR and a Filipino at the same time, you need to make sure that you are following the rules of Czech Republic and you are not affecting the rules of the Philippine government as well. Because at the end of the day, you're still a Filipino, di ba? Kababayan pa rin natin kayo. So, another thing that you need to do kapag ka Filipino ka is do not get an OEC. So, nakausap namin, na-interview namin si Ms. Marison Rodriguez and they handled some cases about that. Self-employed siya dito and then kumukuha pa siya ng OEC. So, it's a quick tip for you, a reminder as well, as a Filipino and a permanent resident ng Czech Republic, do not get an OEC na because you have a permanent resident dito. Hindi ka na OFW, kumbaga. So, make sure lang na sinusunod nyo rin yung rules ng Pilipinas. And so, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, follow us in YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and whatsoever. So, thank you so much for watching. God bless everyone.